handicap hurdles at the Cheltenham Festival. Okay, I'm going to throw a few in here. I like Monte Cristo in the Coral Cup off a mark of 145. Impressive winner at Kempton on St. Stephen's Day. I think this is a good horse, and I think he could still be well handicapped of 145. That goes in the Coral Cup. David, do you like that in the handicap hurdles?
Come back to me. There's a horse. The name is after getting away from me.
That's all right. We have plenty of time. Mikey, handicap hurdles.
I'm not really too sure on what's running in them, to be honest.
You know what, Mikey? All joking aside, I admire your honesty because at the start of that, I thought you were going to say, I'm not really sure like what race a certain horse is running in,
David,
but instead you just went straight down the line and said,
I don't know one horse in the race.
all right, Mikey, that's all right. Honesty is the best policy. We don't want waffle.
Here, I ride out in Willie Mullins's every day in early bar one day or that, so I don't really follow an awful lot. Like, you know, I know Gordon's in Irish, but when it comes, I like any of our viewers, listen to the form men when it comes to handicaps, because you have a great record at it. Yeah.
Okay, cheers for that, Mike. Donn McClean, handicap hurdles. Do you like anything?
I did like the Boss's Oscar until they gave him £8 more in Britain than he had over here, which was a shame. I still think he can run well, but a mark of 151, it's a big
Jordan Gainford could claim off him, could he?
Yeah,
he could.
He claimed 7 then. That would be it would be a help.
I was talking to a fella, a very, very shrewd judge tonight, and he told me that Jordan Gainford is the best young rider he's seen since Jack Kennedy. Is that right, lads? Is he that good?
He looks very good to me, anyway.
Yeah.
Thought that was big praise now. So you're a Boss's Oscar fan, potentially, Don?
Yeah, Druid's Altar, I think, as well. It's interesting in the Fred Winter if he goes there. Like he won the race that Aramax won last year. I think you tipped up Aramax last year, didn't you, David?
It napped him on this show.
Good man. Yeah, that was a good pick. At
yeah,
what,
thanks,
14, 16 to 1?
Yeah, 7 to 1 actually. He actually drifted way out and then he came back in. But on the night that we did the preview, it was 7 to 1.
But so Druid's Altar won that race, and like he was competing with Zana here earlier in the season. He was a good juvenile. He kind of seemed to go off the boil, but that was a really good run. And Zafanian, who finished second, Dennis Hogan's horse, he came out and enhanced the form. He won there the other day. And Druid's Altar, it looked like going over the last and on the run in, it looked like Zafanian was going to get him. And Zafanian he doesn't have a very attractive head carriage. He kind of carries his head a wee bit high. And it looked like he wasn't going on. But actually, if you watch the race again, Druid's Altar picked up again and he stayed on very well. And Zafanian then was impressive in winning the other day. So that enhanced that form. Zafanian's a shorter price than Druid's Altar for the Fred Winter, which is strange. Druid's Altar actually meets him in £1 better terms. I think he's 133 here, he's 135 in Britain, which is more than fair. So I think, trained by Joseph O'Brien as well, who is good at targeting these handicaps. And that race, as well as Aramax winning it, I think Cocoa Beach finished third in it and he finished second. And then Band of Outlaws,
correct.
And wasn't Gordon Elliott's horse, didn't he finish down third or fourth behind Outlaws? He finished third in the Fred Winter. So it's a race, and like you can't, same race is not going to provide the winner every year, but it's not a bad pointer. And the fact that Druid's Altar won it, but it's more that I just think he could be, like, he's got a lot of latent talent there, and I think £2 higher in Britain, a mark of 135, that's more than workable, I think.
Lovely stuff. Druid's Altar for Donn McClean in the Boodles Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. Did you think of that name yet, David?
Yes, Champagne Gold in the county.
Oh yes, Rachel writes that. I think she's quite sweet on it.
Yeah, I seen it today in Clonmel. I thought it looked a bit big in the Parade Ring, and it bolted up the next day in Wexford. One run I think was a bit disappointing after, and then a very good second, the first handicap run in Leopardstown. I think there was 25 runners or something in it, so he can only improve. Novice, love him.
Lovely. Champagne Gold in the county hurdle for David Mullins. Diarmuid Nolan, anything in the handicaps?
Yeah, I really like Champagne Gold as well. I really like Gabby Necco in the Martin Pipe of 141. Conor McNamara should ride, according to Gavin Cromwell the last day. And if you like Bob Ollinger, this horse was third behind him in the grade 1 there. He gets in off 141. I mean, you need to be graded to win a handicap at Cheltenham. So I think he most certainly is that off 141. I would love if Allard ran in the Coral Cup. I know it's 149, but that horse was 5th in the Supreme last season. He wants further, so 149 for him is huge. I like the Bosses Oscar as well. Riviere de Tel of 134 in the Boodles. I know she's a bit of an awkward ride, but I think going quicker will definitely help her. And then one that could go off at any price is Mill Green. He's 140, rated 140. He ran in the Martin Pipe last year, and anyone just watch that race back, because everyone talks about the Bosses Oscar, but this lad actually came back from further. He didn't jump a single hurdle right on the day, but he stayed on all the way up the hill to finish a brilliant 6th. Like how he finished 6th is just extraordinary. So if he can get his jumping together at all, he could go off 33 to 140 to 1 or bigger. And Mill Green in maybe the Martin Pipe or the Coral Cup or something like that, he could just go very well. And these owners have had William Henry and Whisper win handicaps at Cheltenham. They're kind of shrewd enough at holding back a horse, and I think Mill Green's had a steady campaign towards this, and I think he could be any price there.
Lovely, good work, Dean. Handicap hurdles.
Yeah, I'd give another nod to the Bosses Oscar. I do think it got.
Lads, what are you at?
I know it's going against your nap, DJ, but maybe the weight will stop it. It did get plenty of weight. But they probably do need to claim off it, but I do think he'll be competitive. I like a couple
he certainly will.
He will. I like a couple of Gary Moore horses. Botox has in the Coral Cup. He's only run 8 times, 3 of them at Cheltenham. 1 of them was second All Mankind. A couple of handicap wins there as well. I think they've been just waiting to have a crack at this race.
Tom Siegel, a big fan of his.
He's off 142. I think he's been very open about laying out for it. I actually think 50 Ball of his as well will go well in the county after running behind Soaring Glory. That saddle slip after the last just meant that maybe it didn't get as close as they could have done to that horse. That horse is going for the Supreme. So that makes a lot of sense. I think it could be a good week for them with Goshen as well. They might actually, at least run a few places, I'm sure. In that Boodles, Boostleton is interesting. I think it's owned by the McCoys. I think Chanel Farmer is the owner, trained by Joey. It's running the right races. If St. Sam doesn't go, I'd give that a great shout. You never know, it might win there, and JP will pick it up for next season. They'll do something. You never know. That does seem like that might happen. That's where I'd go with the handicap hurdles.